Pardon me. I'll call you Guardian, as Lady Harriet does. Greetings. My name is Elise, and I have been appointed the Sword Maiden of this era. It's a tremendous honor to meet a figure from the legend in person.
But, aren't you also a figure from the legend, Elise?
I come more from tradition than legend. In every generation, the Sword Maiden's blade and strength is passed on solely to its chosen one.
Her blade and strength, huh?
You give me too much credit. Also, my strength exists for one thing and one thing only. My power is meant to be used to slay the Crimson Fellworm when it returns to life one day. My sword and the power I have inherited do not manifest, except against the Fellworm. That is the nature of the legend. It is an outdated legend, fraught with burdens of obligation. Yet, I cannot make light of it. I cannot be separated from our unbroken history. As the nation tilts this way and that, my blood relatives fall like so many flies before my very eyes. Yet, I still cannot wield my strength.
I can only imagine how painful that must be.
But it is my duty. For I am the last line of defense against the inevitable return of the Fellworm. No matter how painful or miserable it may be at times, I have never once resented it. That's how beings of legend operate, isn't it, Guardian?
The Revolutionary Army, led by Harriet, bore down on the royal capital and laid waste to the Castrum Demonica. Their unbreakable momentum and their inexorable march led them to the outskirts of the royal capital, where Lutz resided. A cold, stone castle stood behind the walls. Harriet gazed up at it quietly, remembering her days there. Gwento Royal Castle. It brings back so many memories. And Lutz is there now.
Reports we're getting claim that he's condemned the followers who have remained with him to forced conjuration labor. He's a fool of a king. He's let the Castrum Demonicas and the Ephemera blind him to his own methods and purpose. Salvation for him will be difficult indeed. Never did I expect to lay eyes upon someone even more condemned than I.
Let us go. We must put an end to this.
Curses, curses, curses! What's wrong with seeking power and resources? It's all for the good of the nation. My hand is forced. I shall summon a Castrum Demonica in this place and crush this rebellion personally! Yes, justice is on my side. Using a legend to stir the people and sow chaos in the royal family is a crime. There can be no more room for compromise! I don't care if you are a savior. Who needs one? As long as we have Ephemera. Yes, the legend is but a relic, With this, O people, O world, bear witness to the revision of myth itself!
The battle for the Castrum Demonica is about to begin. We've confirmed deployment of the Arx Demonica and anticipate a fierce battle. Summon Buster Rams, destroy barriers, and destroy the Castrum Demonica upon interception. Good luck. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. escorted to destroy the Arx Demonica!
Lutz managed to summon a Castrum Demonica to protect the royal capital. But to no avail. The Guardians struck it down. But Lutz refused to admit defeat. He fled into Coento Castle. Harriet's group pursued Lutz to put an end to the revolution. The setting? Coento Castle, the throne room. Here, the war ravaging the nation was to finally meet its end.
This cannot be. It can't. It can't. It can't! This can't possibly be right! The Castrum Demonica, the power of ephemera, defeated at the hands of man?
Lutz! You have nowhere left to run!
I'm not done. Once I destroy you all, my grip on the throne will be ironclad!
Such destructive power! Is this too the power of ephemera?
Even as a mere catalyst, this is what it's capable of. Now you see why our nations are all so interested in studying it.
This is no time to gloat!
Damn this cursed flower!
The ephemera! Harriet! Ah!
Let's not get violent with my sisters now,
I fought for the nation. Why do you oppose me? Harriet! Luther!
For the nation? Now there's a poor jest. In what way have your deeds served the people?
The nation and its people have no desire for war! That is why the savior of legend, the Guardian, sided with us!
Uncle,
Alice, of course. You can smite these fools and bring peace to the land!
that I cannot do. My sword and might have no place within this conflict.
Even Alice the Sword Maiden betrays me. Have you forgotten all I've done for you?
Please, Uncle, surrender. Your cause is not a just one. But mistakes can be rectified. Ply your skills for the good of the people and join hands with us once more.
Join hands? For the good of the people? You delude yourself, Sword Maiden.
Uncle.
Our power and intelligence serve one purpose, and one alone. They exist to be offerings to the land and the world. That is what ephemera is for.
Triggering a runaway mana reaction? How stupid can a man be?
You'll all join me in death. The world must be destroyed. All of history must be destroyed!
The exits are all blocked! I think we're trapped here!
Sword. Legend. I call upon you now. Fleeting wings, I bid thee come forth. Exit!
Huh? Are we outside the castle?
Was that instantaneous teleportation? I thought there was no such sorcery.
There is but one method. The Sword Maiden calls upon the legend to work an ancient miracle.
I wasn't certain that would work, but the sword answered my call.
Did you notice that? I didn't pick up any warning signs or anything. Not even Ark's technology could pull off an instant no-prep teleportation. Maybe it's something along the same lines as the magic that Alma uses.
The castle!
His delusions of grandeur were his downfall. The throne Lutz so desperately craved will be his tomb.
What did you find, Varuna? Any sign of Lutz?
None that we could find, ma'am. It's safe to assume he was caught up in the collapse.
I see. Elise.
I am fine. I was ready for this. My uncle's madness was plain to see in his final moments.
Perhaps he was a smokescreen.
Huh?
It seemed to me as though he was being controlled by a far greater will.
What will would that be, Luther?
I can't be certain just yet, but the Savior wouldn't appear for a mere dispute over the throne. This problem spans beyond our nation. Disaster looms over the whole world. Wouldn't you agree, Guardian?
Cuento Castle and its Pretender King were no more. In light of this, Harriet's first act was to proclaim that the capital would be relocated. With the royal capital in chaos following the castle's collapse, she established a provisional capital in a neighboring fortress city. As the people went about the process of relocating, one issue remained unresolved: the lack of a royal heir. There was only one woman with a claim to the throne, and she continually refused to accept it. It's too soon for me to take the throne. Please, Luther, take my place.
No, this is your job. For one thing, my claim to the throne was stripped away, a fact that is very much public knowledge. To deny the people an heir would be to disappoint them in their hour of need. Harriet, it is your duty to bear the weight of the crown.
Must I? Really? That is most reassuring to hear from you, Guardian. But
Harriet's pretty young. Don't you think it's a little too soon to give her that kind of responsibility?
There is no such thing as too soon or too late in matters of royal succession. Suitability is all that matters. Ease Artia to the east has a young child as their head of state and national symbol. Epic to the west has a divine queen, who acceded to the throne at 17. No older than you. Age is irrelevant. What matters is whether the would-be ruler has the resolve to devote themselves to their country. I have no such resolve. That's why I erred so grievously in my self-righteous research, and why I was stripped of my claim to the throne. But you, Harriet, you have that resolve, my sister.
Luther. Guardian. Very well. In the name of my royal line, I, Harriet Renata Reina Cuento, do hereby humbly accede to the throne. Guardian, I beseech you, illuminate our way and support us in our hour of need.